So apparently today, Foodie Beauty had nothing else to listen to at all except Shanny and Rev on a live today. Now, I don't know much about Shanny and Rev. I know that they're currently homeless. They're living in a tent. I know they've had a lot of troubles between them. I know for whatever reason, Shanny doesn't have her children. And at one point, they had received quite a large settlement, and they didn't use it properly, and they're broke and in this homeless situation now. Okay? And I believe that they both suffer from maybe some mental illnesses. So, apparently, Shanny called Chantal selfish. That's no lie. Foodie Beauty is one of the most selfish people you will ever meet. And Foodie is just raging on her live. She's talking about how they need to help themselves. She did it for herself. She has her own place. She pays her own bills. Let's think, how did Chantal get that place in Canada? That's right. She asked for $10,000 from her Beezers to get her fat ass back to Canada. Excuse me, I'm a little heated over this whole thing. I know, I'm feeling kind of weird about being this upset about some people I don't know, but just hear me out. And she even reiterates how, just the first month and last month rent and security deposit or whatever was $5,000. So she took $10,000 from her Beezers with no problem. But she's talking about how she doesn't ask for help. Bullshit. And she wouldn't be back in Canada. She would still be stuck in Syria, being treated however she was being treated by Salah's family, if not the Beezers had give her $10,000 to get her big ass back to Canada, right? And then apparently Shanny lost 30, 40 pounds, right? And Chantal has the audacity to say the only reason she has lost this weight is because she can't afford food. She doesn't have money for food. How dare Foodie Beauty try to shame someone because they don't have money for food? Does she not realize that food insecurity is a huge thing? Does she not realize that millions of people between here and Canada are starving? There's kids that go without food every day because people can't afford food. People aren't as lucky as Chantal. People don't have $50, $60 a day just for food. To shame someone because they don't have food, that is rotten. This goes, in my eyes, this goes way at the top of the worst things that she has ever said. And then Chantal wants to go on about, she's not selfish. She gives sandwiches to the homeless. She gives money to people, to the homeless. She made 4 sandwiches and gave them out to the homeless. She was picking her nose while putting cheese on these old croissants. Didn't wash her hands, didn't wipe the counter up, had the cat over the sandwiches. Disgusting. And she thinks she really did something. She gave out 4 lousy sandwiches. And then she wants to go on about how she donates to charity every month. Okay, that's all fine and well. Maybe she does, maybe she doesn't, I don't know. I do recall when she first got back to Canada that she had said something about she signed up for some charity where she donates every month to some child. Okay, well, if you're giving to charity, that's a beautiful thing. You're supposed to do it from the heart. From the heart. Not as a reason to come out, ooh, look at me, I donate to charity. I'm helping people. No, you're doing it for the wrong reasons then. Just like you gave them sandwiches for the wrong reason. You used it for content. Not because you wanted to do it from your heart. She's always helping people. Where? Because we surely have never seen it. We see her, as she calls it, sealing on her couch every day, or riding on her scooter and having to get off it and rest because she's tired from riding a scooter. And as she wants to talk about, apparently, Rev doesn't feel like he's able to get a job because he's depressed. And she wants to shame him, talking about, oh, well, you're depressed. How many times have we heard recently about Foodie Beauty can't do anything because she's just depressed? To shame mental health, that's very foul too. Does she not realize mental health is a real thing? We don't know what's going on with these two, with Shanny and Rev. They very possibly could be in a severe depression and may not be able to pull themselves up out of it, to go to work. We don't know. You know, maybe they're unmedicated. Maybe they need medication to help. We don't know the situation. You don't shame someone that comes on and says, you know, for thousands of people to hear that they're depressed. People don't fake being depressed. People fake being well. What part of that doesn't she understand? She was just completely vile and disgusting, and she wants to keep going on and on and on about how they need to improve their lives. Who is she to say that someone needs to improve their lives? This woman's almost 400 pounds, riding a mobility scooter to go eat. She's going to festivals with the intention to see what kind of food is there. She's not there to enjoy the festival, to see the sights, to look at the flea markets. She goes to eat. And she wants to talk about how they're living in filth. Wasn't it just not too long ago that we seen all the trash at the end of the couch? A box with moldy Kentucky Fried Chicken? And today she's just talking about how she found moldy tomatoes in her refrigerator. We've seen the stains on her bed, the filth throughout her whole apartment. It's filth. And she's talking about people that live in filth and can't improve their lives. I don't know why I'm so heated about this. I think the reason I'm so heated about this is because I've been homeless. And this is it's a huge problem. People want to shame the homeless. And they automatically, like I said, I don't know Shanny and Rev. I don't know their situation. But you don't shame somebody that's homeless because you don't know. You don't know. Maybe they may be suffering terribly mentally. We don't know. And for her to just go off and shame people because they don't have food. You know, does she not realize if she got demonetized, the first thing she's going to do is the same thing. She's going to get on there and ask for help from her beezers. Okay? And what if they don't give her the money to help her? What if she can't scam another $10,000 out of them? Then what's she going to do? She's going to be just like them. She's going to be sitting homeless. And then she's going to think, maybe I shouldn't have said those awful things about the homeless that I said. Maybe I shouldn't have been talking about people that are mentally ill. Does she not? I know thinks that she's this perfect Muslim and this and that. Well, I'm a Christian, but I still believe in karma too. I know you're not really supposed to, but I believe you get back what you give out. Okay? And she's going to get back what she's given out. She's going to need help. Mark my words, she's going to need help. And people are going to remember this. And apparently, my last point is, that's how this whole thing started on Shanny's Live, apparently, is somebody had asked her, had they asked Foodie Beauty for help because they had helped Foodie Beauty. And Chantal admits that when they had received their $750,000 inheritance, that they were sending her gifts. And at one time they had sent her $200. Okay, I don't care what somebody says about me. They can call me selfish, they can call me fat, they can call me lazy, they can call me mentally ill, whatever they want. But I don't care what anybody says about me. If I see them homeless in a tent and hungry, and I have the means to help them, I'm going to help them. And I'm not going to get online and tell everybody what I did. Even, like I said, having been homeless myself, even if I only had the $1 to give and it was my last $1, as long as I have food in my stomach, I'm going to give them that last $1 I have to try to help them. That's what being a good person's about, Chantal. So regardless of what they said, you have the ability to help someone, but you just choose not to help people. Because you think you're so much better because you have a house and you can eat $50, $60 worth of takeout food every day. I don't know, but check it out. Check out her rage against Shanny and Rev. And let me know what you think about the whole situation. I think Foodie Beauty is disgusting, vile, and foul for what she said about them people. Let me know what you think.